I'm so excited because I've got Josh Rubin here with us today.
Hey guys.
And
Doug, how you doing?
I'm wonderful, man. I'm wonderful. I'm so glad to be here with you and all these other wonderful people we got.
Hey, thanks for having me.
So let's just dive right into it. Instead
Absolutely.
of me introducing you, how about give them some context of who you are, brag on yourself a little bit, where you are.
Sure.
A lot of realtors out there are going to be saying this.
Absolutely. So we just finished up 3 powerful days of the Tom Ferry Summit here in sunny downtown Anaheim, California at the Convention Center, Disneyland California Adventure. It's all out here. It's all happening. We've had a great time.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And let's go back to your home place. Where are you from?
Josh Rubin, New York City, with Douglas Elliman. About 23 years in the business, lead agent at the Rubin Team, New York's #1 team in resales at Douglas Elliman, which happens to be New York City's #1 brokerage.
Kind of a big deal, right?
A little bit.
A little bit. And put it into numbers either last year or what you're going to do this year, but like let's go let me take a step back. I went and visited Josh a couple months ago in Manhattan, and we were talking about prices, and he talked about how he had, because we're in Chattanooga, had sold like a average price point $250 or so, and he's like, yeah, I think I sold a parking spot last month for $250. It's a little different world, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, so it's pretty crazy. So what's the last year, this year? Tell us what you can do money-wise, units-wise, however you want to look at it.
So units-wise, year to date, we're at about 80 homes closed and pending.
Okay.
Average price point is right around $1,800,000, $1,900,000. And I think we're clocking in somewhere around 120 million in volume, dollars, right, in sales. GCI is right around 4.2, 4.3, closed and pending. So far we've closed 3.5, but closed and pending is 4.2, 4.3.
So you're trending what, 7 million in GCI?
We're hoping to clock in at 7.
That's awesome. Congrats.
Yeah, thank you. So, it basically comes with getting back to basics, right, Doug?
Right.
Track your numbers, understand where you're coming from, how you're getting there, where you want to get to, and it all makes sense because at the end of the day, this is math, right? And it's math the likes that anybody with a 4th or 5th grade education can do.
Right. The degree isn't really high up there for the real estate industry, right? Well, let me say this: you weren't like born into money. You didn't have this whole world of just like it was handed to you. And I think it's really cool to point out.
Right.
I heard a story today that you were like hitting the ATM button and that the money wasn't coming out.
Yeah, I went in February 2009. We had just found out that we were pregnant with our 3rd child, which he's 8 years old today. Beautiful little boy. But I went to the ATM about a week or so after finding out we were pregnant with Daniel and make a withdrawal, and went to make a withdrawal for, loose pocket change, getting around town, $100, $200. Had $6.
$6.
But in addition, I had $600,000 in debt between a mortgage, 2 cars. I had 2 lines of credit that I had drawn down in their entirety because I had committed to renovating that house that we had the mortgage on the year prior. So we were in the middle of a renovation. We had no kitchen. Basically had a hot plate in our dining room, and in order to get running water, we had to go down to the basement and do the dishes and slop sink. And so I said, well, what am I going to do? I could have panicked and quit and run away from it all. Maybe I would have taken the kids with me. Maybe I would have left them. But that just wasn't an option. It wasn't an option because it's the way that I was raised by my mom, my dad. I was always raised with a very strong moral compass, caring for those around me, standing up to my word, caring for the environment.
And what pulled you out of all that? What changed?
So what changed was I was committed. I was committed to my family, who I love. I was committed to my creditors, who I had said, I'm going to pay this money back. And what did I do? I put on my gloves, I got in the ring, I fought like hell, and now in 2018, the balance sheet is that of a millionaire.
That's awesome. Well, so last thing I want to ask then here, there's so many people who are in that position. Debt way up here, bank account way down here.
Right.
What hope or inspiration do you offer out just to that one person out there that's you watching this video, and you're saying like,
Yeah.
why not me? What's holding me back? What would you tell that one person?
So what I would tell that one person is get out of debt. Don't pay someone else's bills, pay yourself, okay? And no matter how little of every check that you get, I want you to take a percentage and pay yourself first. Because if you can't pay yourself, then you're not gonna get anywhere fast. So just take as little as 5%, 10%. If it's 20% plus, you're doing really well. But 5, 10%, 15% gross of every check you get to say, that's my rainy day fund. And then work out some arrangement. Let's say you have $10,000 in debt, but you don't have the $10,000 to pay today or tomorrow. Pay it off in chunks. Don't pay the minimum balance due. Pay it off so that you're slowly but surely climbing the mountain, and you'll get to the summit eventually. Because when you go to climb the Himalayas, you know what happens? When you go there, they don't take you right to the summit because your body's all out of whack. You're not going to be acclimated to the altitude. So they take you to the base. And then they take you up the mountain by maybe 1,500 feet to another camp. And then you spend a day or two there, you acclimate. And so the same can be said for a savings plan and paying yourself, getting out of debt, and getting your feet under you again.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So I want to say thank you for being here. I
Hey,
think
man.
that
Always
there's a
a
lot
pleasure.
of people in your place that's in their place now, and it's like just the little tips just to chip away at it, right? And
Chip
beat
away
down.
at it,
That's good.
and just remember that just because today is a struggle doesn't mean that tomorrow is not going to be bright. So stick with it. You can do it. If I can do it, anybody can do it.
Love it, man. All right, thanks for watching this Jay Douglas show, and Josh, thanks for being here, buddy.
My pleasure. Thanks
man.
again.
See ya.